because you learned, it's just like, how much time do people have to sit around and think up ways to attack something and make it different and far? I mean, there's an entire industry based around anti-ITIL.
Yeah, I know.
That may be true, Chris, but I'll tell you. I'll give you an example. So, when I came to Inforonics, I trained most of the staff on ITIL, and our VP of Client Services, I also brought through the ITIL training. He said, "This is great. I love this. Let's revamp what we're doing and start with service strategy." And then I had to look at him and say, "No, no, no, no. We actually can't do that because when we go through our supplier assessment, we haven't gotten to the point yet with our design aspects of where we have a supplier database. So what we have to do is think about our systems and how we'll aggregate this data appropriately so that we can, manage it going forward." And it was like throwing a brake on a train. His head just went, "What? I thought service strategy is where we start. We move through the life cycles." I'm like, "Yeah, that's it's a greenfield concept, but we're already running business." you know, we,
Well, Hooper, how many businesses have the luxury of starting from scratch?
no one
You know,
does, but I think that's the
why I don't want to say that I disagree with you and what you told. Who'd you say said this? Your CIO, your CEO, or
Client services.
VP of Client Services.
VP of Client Services? I mean, did you do yourself and the framework a disfavor by automatically stunting his idea and telling him, no, we really can't do that. We need to do this first.
Well, I'll tell you what I was thinking at the time. I could care less about the framework, and I was concerned about our business operation. I did not want him distracted by non-pragmatic and result-oriented tasks
Thank
for
God.
something that we weren't prepared to move forward on. So I did what I thought needed to be done for the business outcome, not for the sake of the framework. And maybe I was misstating what the intentions
Well,
were.
no, but I'm just saying maybe some of the maybe I always look for how did we get in this state, right? We can thank Sharon. I mean, Sharon and the team and the hundreds, probably thousands of people who've put their blood, sweat, and tears on some volunteer work into the sheet. They've created an entire industry. They've created probably millions of jobs. We can probably say that safely, right? But at what point? How did we get to the point where people go, "Oh, I just don't want to deal with that"? Is it because the so-called experts start to say, well, you can't really think that outside the box. And although that seems like the natural place to start, these are the constraints. And then the natural thing is, well, we have a business to run. I can't think that way, Chris. I mean, you can't have it both ways. You either use the pieces of it and allow people to breathe life into it, or you don't.
Well, it's not about where to start. It's the same thing that Sharon was kind of getting to, that there's continual service improvement for ITIL, or continual ITIL improvement, tongue in cheek. The same thing can apply to your strategy. Instead of just going straight into, ITIL strategy, go into